Hey, what's going on guys? Today's requested inheritance spotlight is Adult Tiki. In this series, I will be going over her default skill set and stats, then we'll take a look into a couple of builds. Adult Tiki is currently one of 2 red dragons in the game. She has very good attack and defense, decent HP and resistance. Her main weakness is her speed. 23 speed is god awful. She pretty much gets doubled by everyone, but because her defense is really high, she can easily build up special charges when fighting the right units. She comes with the best dragon weapon, Lightning Breath. It has distant counter built in, but it also raises the special cooldown by 1. The only reason she's worth using is because of Lightning Breath and her excellent attack and defense, but mainly because of Lightning Breath. With this kind of stat spread, you probably want to use her as an enemy phase unit because she has distant counter. With 24 resistance and a resistance boosting A slot skill, she can bait green mages fairly well. She comes with Bonfire already, which is arguably her best special, even though its special cooldown is raised by 1. I'll go more into that in a little bit. The rest of her skills aren't that great and should be replaced. However, Spurt Resistance is viable for a budget set. This is going to be the general build for Adult Tiki. There's a lot of little things you can change here and there, so pick and choose whatever that will work best with your team. Building Adult Tiki is a lot like building Xander. This build can work with most IVs. Minus attack is obviously not ideal. So the current list on the screen has plus attack minus speed IVs. Since Tiki is fairly bulky, extremely slow, and has distant counter weapon, an enemy phase quick approach set is what you'll want to go. Against vanilla heroes, her results are 95 wins and 24 losses. Fury is important because at full HP she is able to tank and take out plus attack Fury Julia. Since Tiki survives with only 1 HP, there's a lot of variables that could get Tiki killed. A +1 attack seal on Julia, minus resistance or HP IVs on your Tiki, an attack buff on Julia, or even a merged Julia. Since Lightning Breath increases the special cooldown by 1, you can swap out Bonfire for Moonbow instead if you want to get more one-round KOs. However, keeping Bonfire's 4-charge cooldown is beneficial for some situations. If Tiki gets doubled, which she probably will, and if she is able to KO the enemy with only 2 hits, her special will be perfectly ready to use on the following player phase on a full health enemy. And she's most likely going to one-shot someone with 52 attack and the 19 bonus damage from Bonfire. Assist and C slot are always flexible, but for the assist slot you can choose between reposition, swap, or reciprocal aid. As for the C slot, I'd recommend going for team buffing skills like Hone, Fortify skills, or even just stick with Spurt Resistance. I looked into Triangle Adept and she still dies to plus attack Fury Julia despite having Triangle Adept. Since both TA and Fury do very well versus Hector, there's little reason to run TA over Fury in regards to quick approach. However, if you're using Adult Tiki on a dragon team, then going for Triangle Adept quick approach would be okay. Then I looked into a way for her to fight Falchion Lords, and the only way to survive any Falchion Lord is by having both Sword Breaker and a defense boosting skill like Fury, defense +3, armor blow, or close defense. But if she opts to go for any of those choices, then she won't be able to one-run KO a lot of ranged heroes. Next is a build that's a complete counter for greens. Again, minus speed IVs is what you'll want for the Bane. Recommended boon is attack, defense, or resistance. It's almost the same concept as the previous set, except we're bringing down her coverage but allowing her to excel in one department, which is extremely good for Dragon Emblem teams, because the big bad guys are Falchion Lords and Julia. A perfect build now you should be able to handle Falchion Lords, so you'll need a Julia check. This build can survive an attack from plus attack Fury Julia and survive with 14 HP. Even a fully built Blade Tome Nino has no chance, and Hector literally does 0 damage. C slot and assist are flexible, same recommended skills as the previous set. Like I said, this is really just for Dragon Emblem teams. Alright dudes, that's it for Adult Tiki. If there is any other builds that you guys would recommend, feel free to share it with everyone else in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.